my beautiful creatives. Thank you for joining me today for Cuppa Chat. My name's Chrissie B. I'm with beautifulcreatives.com, and today my Cuppa Chat of choice is Yogi tea. It's caramel apple spice. This is what it looks like. I'm trying it for the first time today. It smells delicious. It really does smell like a caramel apple. And I'm serving it today in one of my favorite cups that says hello there. And you can probably see it just a little bit. It's blue and white striped on the inside. It makes me really happy. I love this cup so much. So, that is good. It kind of feels like I'm cheating or something. It feels like really decadent, like a decadent dessert. So, okay, let's get right into it today. So, last week was the week that I did my video out in the park. Okay, brave girl panties were on because that was terrifying. You probably can tell by watching the video. Now, I went back to my house and I watched the video, and I really was not happy with that video because, let me tell you why. The reason I wasn't happy with that video was because full confession, I have a tendency to hide behind a mask. And just for ease of understanding what I'm calling that and what I'm talking about is this. I have Chrissy and Christina. My name is Christina. I will go by both Christina and Chrissy. I'm not talking about literal names or even literal personality types, but there are two of me. And let me explain. There is Chrissy, the wild, crazy, silly girl who had an amazing imagination, who was a little bit weird, a little bit kooky, a little bit odd. She's still there. She's still right here. This is who you see when you're talking to me like this. I have a tendency to be a little bit loud, and a little bit silly, and a little bit goofy. I like to make lots of noises. I have little hand things. I love people. People and I are very simpatico. I love people. Then you have Christina. Now, Christina came about out of necessity. Because what I experienced as Chrissy, when I gave myself permission to be 100% authentically me, the little odd kooky girl who grew up to be a little odd kooky woman, who is fabulous, by the way. I love this little girl. This little girl makes me super jazzed. I found that when I took her out into the world, especially in my work world, she's not very well received. People look at her funny. They don't always treat her very nicely. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't always receive her well because she's a little bit odd, a little bit quirky. And so I find that it's easier to try to conform a little bit to be this person, Christina, this embodiment. And I have a tendency to put a mask on myself, my whole entire body. I don't realize I'm doing it. I didn't realize I was doing it. It was actually only in watching last week's video that I kind of had an aha moment, like, oh my God, like, eureka, I do this weird thing. Okay, I do a lot of weird things. That's not shocking. But I do this thing that I can actually, like, perceive in myself. And I have a feeling that you may have perceived it too. There's this Chrissy who's fun and giggly and loves life and loves people and just likes to share stories and is so curious about you and the world and is looking for everything beautiful. And then there's Christina, who's we're very professional, we're a little bit quieter, we only speak when we're spoken to, we do a lot of smiling, but it's not the type of smiling that always reaches your eyes. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like when I'm smiling at you as Chrissy, when I'm authentically happy, I smile up to my eyes. You see that, right? I love it. I'm sorry, that was very loud. When I am Christina, I smile all the time because it's what's expected and it's the nice thing to do. And at the core of who I am, Chrissy and Christina, we're both nice girls. I like being nice to people. I like making people smile. So in my work world, I have created this persona that I call Christina only because at work, everyone calls me Christina. In the rest of my life, everyone calls me Chrissy. That's why I delineate the two. There's a Chrissy and a Christina. Now, Christina's a little bit more afraid to rock the boat. She's a little bit more afraid to hurt anyone's feelings or to speak the truth because not everybody wants to hear the truth. That's the truth of it. And at the end of the day, there is a fear that I have that if I show you Chrissy, not you, like you, I'm showing you Chrissy. I love you. I hope you love me back. If you don't love me, that's okay. I'm okay with that. There will be other channels with other people who are right on. They are absolutely your tribe. More power to you. And I'm going to love you from afar. But when I'm at work, we're face to face. And I have to pretend like you and I are exactly the same. We think alike. We agree on everything. Okay, this is not going well. Let's go back to fear. Because fear is really the crux of what's happening. The reason that I can only say what my reason is for having a mask. I know there's a lot of us that walk around with them. Some of them are more literal than not. Some of them are more obvious than not. But let me explain my perception of what my mask is and where my mask comes from. My mask comes from the fact that I am afraid that when you come into contact with me or when I come into contact with somebody for the first time, that you're not going to like me. You know, there's a little comic strip going around right now. I'm sure you've probably seen it. If not, I'll see if I can find it and I'll put a little snip right here. One of my problems is every time I meet somebody, all I'm thinking is, please be weird, please be weird, please be weird like me, please be weird like me, please be weird like me, because I'm weird, I'm a little bit different. And I think we all are, but we try so hard to fit in because that's the way our society really teaches us to live, is that we should all be the same. We should all look the same, we should all dress the same, we should all do our hair the same way, we should all have whatever makeup on we're supposed to have, we should all walk the same way, talk the same way, we should all agree on the same things, we should vote the same way, we should be the same. What that means for me is that I have a Christina persona and I have a Chrissy persona. And I say Christina persona and a Chrissy persona, they're really the same person. Just one's very comfortable and free and open, and one is not comfortable, not free, not open, but still the core of who I am is I want to make you happy, I want to do a good job, I want to be liked, I want to make you smile, I want, when I walk away from any interaction with you, I want you to say, man, I like her, she's cool. I like her, she's neat. I like her, she's cool. See what I'm saying? So I'm going to read this to you. And it says, the most important kind of freedom is to be what you really are. You trade in your reality for a role. You trade in your sense for an act. You give up your ability to feel, and in exchange, you put on a mask. There can't be any large-scale revolution until there's a personal revolution, on an individual level. It's got to happen inside first, and that was Jim Morrison said that. When I found this quote this week, and when I combined that with looking back on my video last week, and I had my aha moment, my body language in that video is wrong. It's not real. It's not right. I think what happened subconsciously, that when I went out to go do this video, I thought, oh, this will be such a fun place to do it. All the roses are blooming, and it's a gorgeous day. Let's go have some fun. And what I really did was, I put us in this gorgeous location, and because I was sharing something that was really true and personal and raw, I changed my body language. I wasn't even pointing at the camera. I didn't even consciously notice that. But if you look, I was kind of turning away from the camera, and I wasn't looking at you. I was looking off, and I was kind of a little paranoid because there were a lot of people around, and sometimes people would stop and watch what I was doing. That is a little bit off-putting. especially when you're very new to this, and I am so new to this. I am making this up on the spot. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not an expert in any way, shape, or form. I just am a girl with a passion for people, a passion for being a help, a passion for art, a passion for a beautiful life. And, you know, a lot of the stuff that I say and I plan on saying are things that I need to hear too. They're messages for myself. And I can use these videos as a way to go back and to check myself and say, now I remember doing some kind of talk about masks and the reason and the whys and the wheres of how we use them. What was that about again? What was all that about? So that I can come back and keep watching it and learn it. That there can't be any large-scale revolution until there's a personal revolution. On an individual level, it's got to happen inside first. So here I am. I am declaring that right now I want to start a personal revolution. Just myself. I'm not here to change anyone else because only you can change yourself and only you know what changes are exactly, perfectly right for you. Nobody else can do that for you. So I'd like to make a personal revolution where I start to peel off the Christina mask or the Christina suit or the Christina body language that I happen to put on, because I don't think that I actually dress any differently in either persona. I dress exactly the same. I think what comes across differently is that my body language is completely different, and the way I use my voice and the way I use my hands and the way that I look and express myself. I try to keep very stoic as Christina. I try to be very quiet as Christina. I try to be very still as Christina. I try to be very small as Christina. Because the reality is that Chrissy and Christina are the exact same woman. And she is a plus size woman who has always been taught from the culture, from the people in my life, good, bad, indifferent. I have learned from history that as a plus size woman, I'm not allowed to move my body. I'm not allowed to take up space. I need to be as quiet and small as possible because my size in itself is already too much. But my question is, when is too much really too much? Like, am I not allowed to laugh authentically from the pit of my stomach because I might take up space in the world? Let me tell you something. This is what I'm learning. Every single human being that has been born, I don't care where you're from, I don't care what your religion is, what your nationality is, I don't care what your sexual orientation is, or your political beliefs, or anything. I don't care what your hair color is, your eye color. Every single human being on this planet are miracles. Literally, miracles. Not figuratively. You were like one of a bugajillion sperm. Let's get a little graphic. Sorry, but I'm going there, okay? I think we're there in our relationship. I think I can be honest. And if we're taking off the Christina suit and we're going to be the Chrissy suit 24/7, because that's who I am, we're there. You are one of a billion sperm who made it to the A. You won the race, baby. You are already a miracle. And you need to stand up and take your place in this world. You were put here on purpose. There's something that only you and all of your weirdness and quirkiness and uniqueness can do. And it is up to you to go out there and figure out how to make that happen. It is up to me to help cheer you on. But it's also up to me to understand that for myself, that I am a miracle, just as I am right now. I am perfectly and wonderfully made. I don't need to do anything. I don't have to put a suit on. I don't have to put a mask on. I am who I am on purpose. So, the revolution that I want to start, ladies and gentlemen, is I want to start a revolution of authentic living. I want to take off my mask, take off my suit, and show you who I am. My name is Chrissie B. I am an artist. I am a motivational speaker. I hope to someday host women's retreats. and I'm an art instructor. I love mixed media art. I love art journaling. I also have a couple other labels that I have given myself, and I've been given by others that I live with. Some of those are I'm hypersensitive, which means I notice minute details in everything. I'm an energy reader. I can feel your emotions. I can tell if somebody's angry. I can tell if something bad has happened in a room. I know that's very woo-woo. Anyways, that's one of my weirdnesses. You were forewarned. I'm also a skox ADD. My doctor says I'm a skox ADD. I think I'm like ADD, baby. Like I should be having a sash. ADD, honey. And I'm going to own it. That's the clincher. The revolution is that I'm going to be Chrissie B and I'm going to own it. And I'm not only going to own it, I'm going to take place in this world, take space in this world, take my place in this world, and I'm going to do what my heart tells me is the right thing for me to do. And my challenge to you is, will you join me? Will you take up the reins and do your own personal revolution in whatever manner that looks like for you? Because I think that if there's a bunch of us who are all starting our own personal revolutions, how many people can we then go out to the world and serve better? I think we could really start a revolution. I think we could really make some good shit happen here. I really think we can do something awesome. And I would love for you to join me. Wow, that was a lot. That felt really raw, and I'm kind of proud of myself. I'm allowed to. I'm taking space in the world. That's right. I'm taking space in the world. I'm not going to apologize for my existence or for my space. Here I am, world. Here I am. The very last thing I'm going to share with you, I don't have details yet, but I am doing a women's retreat in January, and it is going to be called A New Year, A New You. And we will come together as a small group and on the Oregon coast in a beach house over there, where we will have time to walk the beach, hang out with each other, sit by the fire, have a cup of tea, cup of cocoa, cup of coffee, whatever it is, float your boat. We'll do some art journaling together. Don't worry if you have no art journaling experience. Mama will teach you. I got you. I got you. This is going to be awesome. Think sitting around your jammies, fuzzy socks, blankies. Come on, comfy. We will probably do some shopping while we're over there. They have some great little shops to go hang out at, and we will have great food. It's just basically a weekend to get together and to love each other and get loved on, and to really just work on building our soul sister group, because we all need those women in our lives who are going to cheer us on and see us through all of the things that happen in our lives. I want so badly to create that. I want to create it for myself, and I want to create it for you, and I know that you've been looking forward to. So if you're interested in signing up for the women's retreat in January, or if you'd like to hear more information about it, please let me know. As soon as details get finalized, I will be able to tell you. But that is New Year, New You, and we'll be talking about going through a very creative and fun and very right brain kind of process, and left brain friendly, so both sides, very analytical and creative. We'll do it in a very fun way. We'll get to where are you now, where do you want to be, we'll have a plan on how you can get there, and we will all have our own little revolutions, not just for ourselves, but for our lives. How excellent would that be? So I hope you join me. Anyways, so that is so much information. There is the revolution that we are taking off our masks, honey, and we are taking up space in this world because we are awesome. Say it out loud. I know you may feel like you're going to be, you might think you're going to look crazy, but I'm telling you, you are awesome. Say it out loud. That's right. You are awesome. You are awesome. Put your hands in the air, wave them just like you don't care, and take up space in this world, honey. Take up space. Thanks so much for watching. I know this was a very long post, but I love you guys so much, so much. I'm so thankful that you are here. Love you bunches. I will talk to you next week.